So with the end of the season winding down, and the reveal of the movie coming in 2019, I wanted to talk about something that's grabbed my attention these last couple days. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai has easily become my favorite fall anime of 2018, and that really is saying something. This season has been full of great shows that I have loved watching, like Zombieland Saga and Run with the Wind, and I had no idea how much I would love this show when it first came out. But I'm not here to talk about my overall thoughts on this show just yet, but if you're interested, I made an episode 1 through 6 review of the show, and I plan on making a full review when the show is over. But if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. But after watching episode 11, which is the start of the Kaide arc, Shoko, who was Sakata's first crush, is getting more of a role to play in the story, and because of that, has painted some really interesting thoughts in my head of where the story is going. What the heck, you guys already saw the thumbnail and title. You can take this as kind of a prediction to what might happen, but after asking some people on Reddit, I'm sure I will either be nowhere near accurate, or maybe I'll be on the right path. But I'm sure the comment section will tell me if I'm dead wrong. So, let's get into this. For those of you who don't remember who Shoko Mikahara is, the first time we meet her, she is established to be a kind and understanding person who helps Sakata cope with his sister going through puberty syndrome. While hearing Sakata describe her to Mai, we really do see what kind of person she is to him, and how if she wasn't there, he might not have been able to be equipped to treat his sister. Sakata even says how he wants to be just like her so he can help Mai in her situation, just like Shoko did to him. And that makes it all the more disturbing to find out that she suddenly disappears, leaving Sakata all alone in a world that's moving too fast for him. This might also be a reason why Sakata blames himself and feels grief towards her loss, possibly thinking it's his fault. While Sakata was helping the other girls, Koga and Futaba, I don't think Shoko ever escaped his thoughts, and only reinforces how much he idolizes her. But, as well as Sakata trying to help Mai with her puberty syndrome, Shoko's motto, living life every day being a little more kinder, has affected what kind of person Sakata is. Because of this, Sakata is able to put himself out there more for the sake of others and become a better person. One of my questions is what exactly is the cause of Shoko's sudden disappearance, and how is it linked to puberty syndrome? We know from watching the show, this sudden phenomenon can happen to just about anyone, and to someone as kind as Shoko, it seems that the syndrome hit her the hardest. It doesn't seem like her personas have switched because she still comes across as the same sweet girl we knew her as, and her middle school body doesn't seem to know anything about her high school counterpart. I think one of the reasons of why this is happening is because of Sakata. Throughout the show, we see him help the other girls solve their problems ranging from conformity, introversion, and inferiority complex. But these girls develop their problems without Sakata's influence, or even his awareness of what's going on. Sakata this time might have been responsible for Shoko's syndrome, and this is the reason for her two bodies. I think this theory is somewhat valid to the point where, from what we know, Shoko never knew what puberty syndrome was, and by her learning what happened to Kaide, she might have developed a fear of that happening to her while going through her adolescence. That fear in being around Sakata might have been the catalyst for her pureness to be corrupted. Now, this kind of fear of adolescence and growing up isn't anything new. In The Catcher in the Rye, an American literature classic, Holden Caulfield recounts his childhood friend Jane, who he idolizes for being innocent and pure, where he looks at everyone else as being phony and full of themselves. We look at Jane the same way Holden looks at her, someone who isn't afraid of being themselves, and basically the physical embodiment of childhood innocence. Almost immune to the daunting emotions teenagers develop during their adolescence. We see that here in Bunny Girl Senpai too. Sakata has always been thinking about Shoko and the impact she left on him, always leaving a feeling of longing. Anyway, being more kind than the day before has not only shaped his life, but because of the burden he might have left on Shoko, unfortunately blames himself for what might have happened to her. But because Sakata developed strong feelings towards Shoko, it's only natural for her to be on his mind a lot. And with Kaide getting better and learning to become stronger, this causes Sakata to dwell on his memories of Shoko, helping him even more. Now, I want to get one thing out there. One thing is absolutely certain. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone understands this, and I think this title further implies that Sakata has always dreamt of Shoko after she disappeared, and possibly even before. And he still has feelings for her, but he's never properly addressed them. He often dreams of distant memories of her each time a new girl is introduced. When I watched Mother's Basement's OP breakdown and he described Shoko's meaning, it made me want to make this video even more. In the OP, Shoko is shown to be always in a dreamlike state. Each time we see her, the camera always seems to be out of focus and not directly on her, possibly meaning that Sakata can't reach her and she is nothing more than a memory. I think Sakata is also looking for closure on what happened to her and if it is his fault. Another thing I want to mention from Mother's Basement video is how middle school Shoko carries an umbrella, even though it's clear as day, and the rain is long gone. Now, if Shoko is trying to hide from growing up, this is a clear symbol of showing her fear of adolescence syndrome. Again, in The Catcher in the Rye, Holden carries his brother's red hunting hat, which symbolizes individuality, but only wears it when he thinks no one is watching him. He uses this as a way to express himself, but is scared to let others see him for who he really is. Now, one thing I really want people to understand is I'm not trying to say Sakata doesn't love Mai. It's clear how big a connection these two have, and only shows how strong their relationship really is. But I feel like Sakata still has more to deal with going forward, and by him properly coming to terms with his feelings, might help Shoko reverse what is happening. I think the show ending with the Kaede arc is the most appropriate way to handle wrapping up all the storylines. Kaede is becoming stronger, but has no memories she can remember before the syndrome. I don't think Kaede is lying about her memories being gone either. I think her hurtful memories only made her want to suppress them more, and that's exactly what the syndrome did. But while looking at Shoko, I am very excited to see what will happen with her and Kaede. I have found this show to be so interesting and fun to watch, and from what other people tell me, the movie will be great. And I'm pretty sure I got it a little spoiled, but it's whatever, man. I'm sure when this video gets uploaded, my theory it will probably be torn to shreds, but I'm still holding out hope that maybe I'm on the right path. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. This was kind of a different one for me to make because I never made a theory video, so I apologize for the writing to be a little bit weird. I'm still kind of getting I'm basically going off predictions right now. But like I said, I hope you guys did like the video. If you guys want to voice your opinions, maybe some of you agree with me who haven't read the light novels, but I have not, so I'm sure plenty of them will come and tear me down. But I welcome that anyway. If you guys enjoyed the video, I will have a full review up very soon when it's over. I also will have other videos coming out very soon. Anyway, peace.